Hi everybody, welcome back. If you are new stopping by here, my name is JoJo. On this channel, I share with you all our family's journey through budgeting with the goal of attaining financial freedom. Today's video, I'm going to be doing my week 3 check-in for paycheck number 2. We are paycheck by paycheck, zero-based, cashless budgeters, and then we also use a velocity banking system. Most of the tools and I guess tracking that I use is pretty similar to what you'll see with other budgeting systems. I'll try to point out where the differences lie, but I think that the sheets that you guys see me use could be for a cash envelope budgeting system and for anyone who's also not following a velocity banking system. But I'm going to just start here. We're doing paycheck number 2, our week 3 check-in, our first weekly check-in for this paycheck. And then over here is my transaction log. I fill it out twice a week, and it houses all money flowing in and out of our accounts, whether it's income, bills, variable expenses, sinking fund purchases, all that good stuff. And I just color code the category it falls into over here in this checkbox section. And then when I do fill out my transaction log, I check off on my calendar when I'm setting up for my budget forecast, which I'll be posting a video tomorrow on that. But I have a calendar view, and twice a week when I'm filling out my transaction log is when I also check off bills that have cleared, so I know what should have cleared and maybe didn't, or where money's going to be withdrawn at certain times, that sort of thing. But today for this check-in, we're looking at transactions from March 25th until the 31st, which I cannot believe that this is our last week of March, you guys. It's crazy to me. Okay, we're going to start here at the top. I always start with my variable expenses. First here is groceries. And as always, I always like to have an example for you guys. We're going to start and find our last purchase, our last grocery purchase, which is down here. And this was syrup. It's strawberry syrup. We're going to be making Italian sodas. And I couldn't find the strawberry syrup flavor at the grocery store, so I just ordered it from Amazon. And that was $10.72. But what we have remaining, I had budgeted $450 this paycheck because my husband had a birthday and he wanted to have a steak dinner, and then we also were going to buy a birthday cake and things like that. So I bumped it up. It's normally $400. We're a family of 5, and I'm just going to say this $400 and then minus this $132.90 because that's how much we have left of that $450. And that tells me that we spent $317.10 from that $450 in week 3, which is a lot, but we had a lot of good food. We have $132.90 moving into week 4, and that should be plenty for us. Next is eating out and entertainment, and my kids had started t-ball and softball, so their practices are both 2 days a week. They're both on Saturday together, but we're at the park for like 2.5 hours, you guys. And then on, let's see, it's Tuesday is my son's, and that's from 6 to 7. Wednesday is my daughter from 6 to 7. So it's a lot of running back and forth, a lot of late nights. There was some takeout happening, and we did also rent, if I can find it here, a movie right here, this movie night. We rented the what is it called? This Raya and the Last Dragon, I think is what it is. But we decided to splurge on that for $29.99 because we figured, hey, we would pay a lot more for 5 of us to go to the movie theater than just paying $30 at home and bringing our own snacks. So overall for eating out entertainment this week, that's what we spent. And then moving into week 4, we do still have $31.99. Next is household and pets, and okay, I decided to zoom you guys in. I noticed you were out a little farther. I watch YouTube videos on my phone, so I really like it when people are nice and zoomed in. You can see all the details. So yeah, we left off at household and pets, and that's over here. This was just some nighttime pull-ups for my youngest. We had also, trying to remember, at Walmart, that was probably like toothpaste or something like that. Oh, I know. So my daughter, she has a birthday in April, and I make her invitations. So I just got some cardstock and stickers, and I just put that as household instead of pulling from the gift sinking funds. Then my husband went and got a car wash. There at Amazon, I had purchased some cotton napkins. I'm trying to get away from using paper products like paper napkins and paper towels, so I purchased some of those. And then I also got a table runner, and I think that was really it from household. So total what we spent was $72.22, and we budget $125 for this category. So we still have $52.78 remaining. For gas, it is better this week, but my husband had bought, he wanted to upgrade the fish tank and then also our reptile tank. And everything was through Facebook Marketplace. So his wheeling and dealing, we're coming out, I think about $100, $110 out of pocket once we sell our old tanks, and then with the purchase of the new tanks. But they are really nice, you guys. I'm very excited. We're gonna get some aquatic plants, which I love plants, but that was a lot of gas. So he had to drive like an hour one way. He has to do that twice for 2 of the tanks. So that's quite a bit of gas. And then gas prices, of course, have gone up. And so far we have spent $80.83. We have $69.17 remaining from the $150 I budget. My husband and I, though, we have done really well with our spending. I think most of this has just been for little cocktails and stuff. Like, I really like these little margarita mix drinks or seltzer alcoholic beverages. He usually just gets like a beer or something. But that's really all that we had spent. He had spent $16. And then he still has $64 from the $80 we budget for ourselves. I had spent $11.78 and still have $68.22. So next week when we close out this paycheck, if we have anything left from our spending money, that rolls into a sinking fund to build for more expensive purchases. For him, it's mostly golfing, clothes for either of us, and then for me, it's usually beauty purchases. Next, my oldest, he'd had a friend over, and I'd taken the kids to 7-Eleven so they could get some Slurpees and some snacks. That was $8.96 from his allowance, and he still has $11.04. My daughter, most of hers is Robux for a little game that she plays on her Kindle. It was $8.97. She still has $11.03. And then my youngest, his was just like a little treat from Walmart, and that was for $4. So he still has $16 from his $20. We have not had any unbudgeted. Overall, what we spent this week was $587.87. And we still have $457.13, which we should be good with that. The kids are back in school. We're not on spring break anymore, running around like a bunch of crazy people. So we should be doing just fine with that for moving into week 4. That's going to wrap up the yellow boxes on this transaction log for variable expenses. And if you were a cash budgeter, these would be your cash envelopes most likely. For me, since I'm cashless, I just track my expenses and make sure that I have the money to cover the bill, the credit card bill that these are being paid with. All right, I'll switch you guys over to my paycheck budget and we'll finish reconciling our transactions. Okay, here we are at the paycheck budget sheet. This is what I'm going to use to forecast my paycheck one for the month of April. Tomorrow is when you guys will see that video, and that's where I plug in these expected amounts. But this is really where all of my financial information is housed. It has our income, bills, variable expenses, our cash flow, sinking funds, and debt. And we're gonna pull in our transaction log again. And you guys, having this transaction log, I was flipping through my old notebook of how I was tracking things, and it was a hot mess. It was just like numbers scribbled everywhere. I think being able to categorize things and combine that with what you're expecting to spend, mostly with variable expenses. And honestly, for me, we were new to budgeting February of last year, and I didn't know a lot of our bills, but just tracking things as they came in and doing these weekly check-ins. But having this transaction log to really break it down has been so helpful, because I honestly wasn't sure how people kept track of where their money was going. So this has been very helpful for me. And all of these sheets are available on my Etsy shop. It's linked in the description box below if you are liking the look of the system that I use. And we're going to start at the top here with income. We had both paychecks come in, income 1, income 2. And for income 1, there were some extra hours on it. So it had come in at $3,054.46. And then income 2, it was also more than expected, and that was $10.86. And I do normally try to underestimate these. Oh, I forgot I need to pull in my rollover from paycheck 1. We closed this out last week. And that is right here. So what our actual rollover is. So you can see this expected $1621.38. Now we can write down what the actual amount is, and it was more than we had expected, which is awesome. That is going to be $1705.34. And I always forget to leave myself room when I do the rollover for extra, because we want to leave that door open to the universe. This is side hustle money. When we sell things, most of it is usually from selling things, or I also do Ibotta from grocery pickup through Walmart. I get money usually about every 3 months from that, but that's our rollover. I'm not going to total this out yet because, again, we might get some extra money. But now we're going to move over to our bills. Those are all of my pink boxes. And I'm going to pull in my transaction log, and we'll go ahead and check off the green income boxes. Our first bill was savings. That had come in as expected. Giving, there was a fee on a site that was like $2, so this came in at $52. And then our sinking funds, that's consistently at $2,000. Okay, go ahead and check those 3 off. Then we only have one other bill on this transaction log, and that was our internet, and it is $99.99. Okay, so this one's all reconciled. that takes care of all the bills that have come in so far. We're not going to pull in variable expense information yet. That'll be next week when we have 2 weeks worth, but this is where those expected amounts come from, where I calculate the remaining from what we had spent for the week. Next is sinking funds, and those are the blue boxes. We did make quite a few sinking fund purchases. The first one is this Maface. That's what that rollover is called for me, is Maface. My husband's is called Dad Bod. I like to, you gotta have fun with it. So I like to, I decided to just give those a fun, quirky little name. But I had purchased a lot of skincare things. I follow Hot and Flashy. Her name is Angie. Her channel, I'm gonna be 37 this year. Most of my beauty purchases are on skincare items. I don't really wear a lot of makeup, especially now, and I'm pretty set on clothes. I do like exercise gear and things like that, but so most of this was just beauty for skincare, and that came to $113.56. Next was electronics. We had got some new charger cords and some cute little, I don't know if you guys have seen them. They're like these little rubber attached things. Let me see if I can find one and show you guys. Okay, so these are the charger cords that we purchased, and they're working really nice. They're this kind of more of like a cord material. And then these little guys, they attach on the end and protect the ends, because our cords were just getting so frayed right here, mostly from the kids yanking on them and things like that. But they're so cute, and the kids now don't have to fight over whose cord is what. Yeah, I'm so happy with that purchase. But that was $25 from electronics. And then next is clothes. This was some cleats from Dick's Sporting Goods, and then also just some more clothes from Walmart. I think that was socks or underwear or something like that. And total on clothes was $50.78. Next is gifts and holidays. There is a purchase for my daughter's birthday and then for my husband's birthday, and that came to, between the two of them, $228.83. Okay, that is our sinking funds. Next is our debt table. And I don't really have anything to update here. We did just pay off a lot of debt last week. We are now in the 30,000s, which I am so excited about. But that is going to wrap up this check-in, you guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. And if you are interested in following weekly check-in videos, sinking funds, debt payment, net worth assessments, just seeing us learn how to budget and share our journey with you, then please consider subscribing. And I would also love to hear about you and your journey. If you have a channel, let me know. I really enjoy interacting with everyone on this community, because it's it's hit or miss, the journey. It's a struggle sometimes. So having you guys there for support has been so helpful, and I'm very grateful. So I will see you guys tomorrow when I do my paycheck budget forecast. I hope you have a great day. Bye, everybody.